Hi guys, we're going to go ahead and go over the problems in the notes that you were to do on your own. And so we'll start here with that note, chapter 11 notes and assignment 1 key. And the first problem that you guys were supposed to do on your own was problem number 3. And this one was about multiple choice questions. Because there were 4 answer choices, then that's why the probability of getting one correct is 0.25. Okay, and this particular person had claimed to get all 6 questions correct. So you were asked, because this one you were able to compute theoretically what happened. And so theoretically, that's a 25% chance to the 6th power, because the first one being correct and the second one being correct and the third one and the fourth one. So all 6 of those are multiplying together. So if we were to go through this simulation to find out to simulate that probability, which comes out to theoretically be about 0%. So what I would do is I used 2-digit numbers because of the 25% chance, so I had to be accurate to the ones place. Now, you could have also done something where you said use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and ignore, and number 1 is the number 1 is a correct answer choice, 2, 3, 4 are not, and ignore the other single digit numbers. So you could have used single digit if that was how you handled that, but otherwise I did 2-digit numbers. All right, so each digit represents, let the numbers be. So I let each 2-digit number represent a multiple choice question. I let 0, 1 to 25 be the correct answer choice, okay? And then that meant 26 to 99 and 0, 0 were the wrong answer choice. A trial consists of, what do you ignore? So we were checking on 6 answer choices. Okay, 6 questions on the quiz, 6 questions on the quiz, 6 questions on the quiz. So it was a set number of items. So therefore, a trial consists of looking at 6 multiple choice questions. Okay. Now, then the next thing is, what do you ignore? So were there any digits we needed to ignore? And what about repeats? That's what you think through. And so at this time, repeats are okay because, what you got on question 1 has no doesn't change the probability of you getting number 2 correct, and has no change on you getting number 3 correct, and so on. Okay, so the repeats are okay because the multiple choice questions are independent of each other. So your response is critical. What do you look for? So in this case, once we finish looking at 6 multiple choice questions, we look to see if, what's the probability you got all 6 questions correct? So that's yes or no, you got them all correct. And again, we're estimating a probability. So when I have that probability I'm estimating, then that's when I'm doing yes, no answers to my trial. Okay, so there we have that. Next, then, go ahead and I run the simulation. So here's how my simulation looked. I guess I had done 10 trials. So, it went pretty quickly because once I got, this was 11 and this was 16 and then 43 was a wrong answer. Once I got a wrong answer, I stopped and I wrote the word no. And so I went through 6 answer choice or 6 questions. 6 questions. Okay, so it turned out that none of the 10 trials had all 6 questions correct. So my statistic was 0 out of 10, which is 0%. So according to my simulation, I expect to get all 6 questions correct about 0% of the time, which does coincide with theoretically what we knew to be the case. All right. Then the notes part 2 had was where you were dealing with, and in these cases, you really did need to do a simulation to come up with the answer to the question. These were not ones that you could do theoretically, or this one you could not do theoretically because you wanted to get at least 2 boys and 2 girls. Geometric is just at least 1. So we did that together in the notes. We did number 2 together in the notes, which FYI, when we got our answer choice, we got 5.2. And this one was finding one house that had both a cat and a dog. And FYI, because I think this shows up on the next assignment, your assignment number 2. If you were to do the geometric expected, that's 1 over p. Okay, and so then that would have been 1 over 0.2, which was 5. So see, that does kind of jive with the average number you expect of houses you expect to go to until you find one. But you had to do number 3 on your own, or number 6 on your own. And so let's take a look at that. So this one again was one that actually you could not do theoretically because you were seeing how many admission or applications the admissions officer had to look at to find 3. See, so that makes it not geometric. All right. So because we had this 9% component, that's 0.09 was that probability. Therefore, I had to be accurate to the ones place. So that's why I had to do 2-digit numbers. Okay, so each 2-digit number represents an application you are looking at. I let 01 to 09 be those ones with the high SAT score, and the rest, 10 to 99, including 00, are ones that are less than 1350. Use the random number table, start at the top left corner. And so a trial consists of, what do you ignore? So this was a problem where we were going until you achieved a goal. So we didn't really know how long we were going to go. It wasn't like look at 6 questions, look at 6 2-digit numbers, look at 6 2-digit numbers. It was go until. So in this case, we were having to, look at these 2-digit numbers and go until, so that was 1, until you had 3 of the 2-digit numbers that had come up between, that were 01 to 09. Okay? And it actually took a long time for that to happen. Here was a 09, here was a 02, and here was a 07. So in that case, then I was done. And I wrote over here, I had to look at 24 of the applications to find 3 with that high SAT score. Okay? I did it again, and this one I had to do 27 to find 3, and 57 and 29. So what happened was I did not have enough room to complete 5 trials. That's why on your thing I had written something extra here. I had gone back and I had written something extra on your page that said if your number system does not allow you to complete 5 trials, then just go until you can't go, compute your statistic on as many trials as you were able to complete. And so in this case, I was able to just complete 4 trials. So I got ahead of myself. A trial consists of looking at applications until 3 of them were SAT scores of at least 1350. My repeats were okay because each application was independent of the others. The response that I got was the number of applications I had to look at to find those 3 scores that were high enough. Okay. So those, make sure you check those and got those correct. So here was my statistic. I ended up doing 34.25 on average because I just was able to complete 4 trials. So according to my simulation, the admissions officer expects to look at about, and remember it can be a decimal, 34.25 because it's an average, on average, to find 3 applications with SAT scores of at least 1350. Okay, so I hope that helps you on those problems on your notes and assignment 1.